Hello, Eagles. You're listening to the Eagles Chat Podcast episode number 7. Today's episode is literally about complaining. We've all been there, we've all done that. I am guilty of it. So, we're going to speak about the effects of complaining, the science behind complaining, and as we go deeper into that subject, I want to start by posing in a very important question. How many complainers do you think it takes to actually change the world? So to find out the answer to this question, please stay to the end of the episode and let's find out together. So come on, Eagles, let's do this. Let's have fun today.
You are listening to the Eagles Chat Podcast, where we strongly believe that everyone can lead. Leadership enthusiast and trainer Jocelyn Sigwa will help you to redefine what authentic leadership looks like. And it is time to hear from the experts and listen from honest conversations. If you want to lead with the authentic ability and to deliver results, just to be your best as a leader, you are on the right place. Here is your host, educator, and fitness junkie, Jocelyn Sigwa.
There was once a young man who wanted to learn how to be a monk. And to do that, he had to start living in a monastery. A monastery is a place where the discipline of monks, the people who want to learn and train to be monks, live and work and do all their daily activities there. And so this person had to be in line with all the disciplines and regulations and the rules of that place. And one of the most important rules was that you're only allowed to speak 2 words in every year. And in every year, you get the opportunity to meet the superior person in the monastery and tell them those 2 words. So during the first year, this young man met this leader, and the leader asked him, "So tell me, young man, what are your 2 words this year?" And he looked him in the eye, and this young man said, "Bed hard." And that was it. Those were his 2 words. He left. And then a year went by, and it was again an opportunity for him to meet the superior of the monastery. And the leader then asked him, "Yes, young man, it's good to meet you again. Tell me, what are your 2 words this year?" And this young man looked at him and said, "Food bad." Okay. And then it was the 3rd year, and he was again going to meet this leader. And this time he went there, and the leader was like, "Hey, tell me, young man, what are your words this year?" And the young man looked at him in the eyes and said, "I quit." End of the story. Complaining is natural. Complaining is expressing our dissatisfaction. Complaining is easy for us because it's negative. And in reference to this story, most of the time complaining leads to giving up. Complaining fosters the spirit of quitting and letting go. Okay? So without further ado, I want to let you know today that complainers come in different varieties and shapes and sizes. And we're going to find out. And today you're going to know in what group you're in. And from there, we're going to see how to actually go around this challenge of complaining. Complaining is easy. Every day, every minute, every second, you meet something, you come across something, you meet a person that is just really, I don't know, I can't find the word for it. But yes, we can relate to this feeling, okay? So, there are 3 types of complainers. So the first types, I love to call these guys the chronic complainers. These are the people that are never satisfied. These are the people that will find fault even in heaven. These are the people that will always look for the negative. They will not focus on any progress or on any positivity that is going on. And these people are not good people to be around with. These people have been complaining so many times in their lives, it has become a habit. Sometimes we call them no-nos. Yes, there is the positive side about it, but chronic complainers are dangerous. And if you identify yourself as a chronic complainer, it's time you sit down with yourself, try to write down, list down everything that you're dissatisfied about. and if you notice that there are about 10, 20, and you're actually writing these things nonstop, that's just a bad sign. You need to do something about it. Okay? Then the second type of complainers, these are the people that we call venters. They love venting. And venting is okay. Venting, psychologically, venting is healthy. But the bad thing about venters is that they're not really looking to solve anything. They're simply looking for validation. They want validation. Venting is talking to someone and expressing how emotionally dissatisfied you are. Like speaking about how annoying a coworker is, or just how terrible you feel about your mother-in-law. This is the thing about venting. Your friends can be there to listen to you vent and share your challenge and whatever it is that you're going through, but it is not very healthy, because by the time you're finished, you and your friend are really down and just not in the mood, and you just don't have the energy because of the negative energy that has been expressed as you vent. I'm not saying venting is bad, but excessive venting without looking for solution, just talking about how terrible the situation is very wrong. Venters they simply reject solutions. Every proposed solution is an opportunity for venters to complain more, to complain further. Okay? So assess yourself, take a look at yourself. Are you a venter? Venters want attention. They like the attention. They want the sad hugs and oh, I'm so sorry, and that they just want that cycle of pity and to be sympathized with. And that's a very negative aspect of complaining. So, the final group of complainers, which is my favorite, okay, and you'll know why in a minute, these are the strategic complainers. To me, these are the leaders. To me, these are the complainers that look for solutions. To me, these are the complainers that only complain when they are certain that their complaint will reflect to a positive change. These types of complainers look for solutions. They focus on the effect of the problem rather than the problem. It is very crucial that we understand that not all complaints are created equal. In fact, the most effective are normally conscious, fact-based, and focused on a particular goal. Now, this is what strategic complaining is like. And strategic complaining is the kind of complaining that I'm encouraging we should all have. This is an area that I also struggle with. It is not easy to complain while you've kept your feelings and your anger aside. It's not easy to complain, especially in that real moment of heat. It's not easy to complain with fact-based and enough figures to bring across your complaint without making it look that it's just about how you feel and how hurt you are. So in honor of that, I'm going to share 2 major tips that strategic complainers normally use, and I've recently learned about this. So you could use this the next time you want to complain about something. The first and very most important tip is that you should only complain in the instances where you believe that your complaint will affect real and positive change. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that, now this is very important, this is very key. You should limit your exposure to complaining by limiting your exposure to complainers. Here's the thing. Complainers attract complainers. And complainers do not solve problems. So if you do not want to be a complainer, you need to avoid hanging around with complainers, because they will influence you in their little small thinking. If you want to raise strategic complaints, you have to be a person who hates to complain. You have to be a person who only looks at the positive. You have to be a person who complains when it is really, really important. Okay, now heading back to our question, the question that we raised. How many complainers does it take to change the world? What if the right question to ask is, what type of complainers actually change the world? Thank you very much, Eagles. You made it to the end of the episode. I hope that you are going to be a ray of sunshine. No more complainings. No more no-nos. Complaining will let you quit. Complaining will just be this negative energy that is really not necessary. So, I hope to see you again next week. Please share this podcast. I hope that you're inspired today. And again, be a ray of sunshine. Eagles, until next time.